framed here. What's going on, guys? Quick mining update for the basement miner, but also want to let you know, if you saw that thumbnail, what's going on, T-Bone? Thanks for saying hello in the comments there. If you saw that thumbnail, it's a bit of a tease. I've got an update for you, and I've got a cameraman today too. Ha starting them young. But here's the thing: if you saw that thumbnail, there we go. Get rid of the Wi-Fi. That's the biggest problem. As you're just leaving the house, your phone decides to try to look for Wi-Fi. Like, why isn't there Wi-Fi? You tell it, hey, dumb phone. I'm sorry, smartphone. Not so smart, are you, phone? Because I left the house. I left Wi-Fi coverage. So here we are, getting back on LTE. But guys, that photo is of the new co-location facility. Yeah! Yeah! T-Bone, thanks for asking. Appreciate you guys sharing this out on Twitter, sharing it out on Reddit. Thank you for hitting that like button as well. Definitely appreciated. Whoa, that's some bad glare. You know what, though? That's mostly because... Son, you ready for your close-up? Yeah, always. Always. Chip off the old block. A couple of hams with extra cheese. Guys, thank you for being tuned in. Thanks for hitting that like button and sharing this out on Twitter. And again, crypto Twitter. Whew, man. Occasionally a wasteland. Usually interesting, but not always provoking as we all think we are. But I guess that's just intellectual conversation in general, right? We're all quasi this and quasi that. The thumbnail you saw, we're all quasi this and quasi that. The thumbnail you saw as the graphic of this video is the new co-location facility. Why are we there? Now, I've got a little video that I can't share just yet. I will in the coming days, of a tenant's rigs running. We've got dozens upon dozens of GPUs going there. I guess probably the nearest comparison would be similar to what Jared over at Digital Gold has running at his facility. The primary difference is we're doing much, much better on the cost of electricity. Based on some conversations that I've had with Jared, I've got to say, we're just in this state, it's kind of commonly understood, we're getting really good rates on power. And we have a wonderful landlord there who is extremely helpful and actually extremely well versed in data center build out and design. So we've got tremendous support, just from the top down and from the bottom up. T-Bone's gonna move from Canada, and he will protect your rigs, guys. He'll protect your rigs. Will you take a bullet for them? No, no one's gonna take a bullet for your rigs. That's crazy. Stop asking. All right. But guys, here's kind of the bottom line. We've got the co-location facility, and we are readying the website and the white paper for the next phase of co-location. We'll be doing blockchain there, of course. So if you're interested in a place to put your rigs, hey, I'm just gonna reach out. Hey, Vosk, if you don't already have a place for your rigs, man, hit me up, because we've got a spot. We've got really decently priced power there. And guys, the reason I've been mining at home is because I wanted to see if I could do it. And it's actually worked out quite well. It's completely offset its own operating costs. I'm more than profitable, and I'm mining a coin that I support. So that's been a really good experiment, positive and a success. That said, when it comes to the next phases of builds, as I've been doing with the HPC build, as we're getting into AI and render, and I'm doing more experiments, that's not going to be done at home. I'm not going to be doing that. Agent Smith is asking what state, and I apologize, I missed that before. I wanted to make sure I kept eyes on the road. I'm in the state of Utah, and we have very good power rates. Do we have the best in the country? No, not the best in the country, but they're quite good, and they keep us profitable. So I'm very confident that we can keep those prices really good for anybody else that needs to co-locate here. That said, we are kind of being a little bit picky, guys, and I'm going to release the website and the white paper as to what it is we're doing exactly in the coming days. Not soon, TM, but over the weekend, and I think probably latest Tuesday. So it's been quite a bit of work to make sure that we're doing this correctly. You've heard me, if you've been on our Discord server at all, you know that I'm working with Corey Round, the community moderator in the Mind Your Biz community, to create something of a co-op, something of a cooperative of co-location facilities where we can set some standards, right? Some standards for network fabric, some standards for ping and connectivity, some standards for security, just some standards that kind of bring some transparency to co-location and some transparency to this next phase of distributed compute. Because there are plenty of people who say, yeah, I could take like whatever, I could take 500 rigs. Not going to name names, but I know co-location facilities that have taken 500 rigs from people that I've consulted for and then not been able to power them all on, or get them all powered on, but then not have the correct network fabric to be able to get maximum hash rate across 500 machines because they didn't scale up correctly. We don't have that problem. So that's why we want to set these standards for some of the co-location, other independent co-location facilities. We don't want to own everyone's rigs. We don't want to take everyone's rigs. If you live in wherever, Northern California, then, and you want to keep your rigs in Oregon, cool. Throw them into Oregon. If you live in the state of Washington and you already know somebody in the state of Washington that does this sort of thing, then of course, keep them in the state of Washington where you can actually stand a chance of going to visit your babies, right? But we want to try to create something of a standard that's a little more open and just a little bit more transparent. The cost of power is not something that everybody in every state can control. If, for example, you live in New York, you're never going to get 3-cent power. If you live in Vermont, right? You're never going to get 3-cent power. You live in California, you're going to be lucky to get below 15-cent power, right? So there are going to be some issues there. Abdul, thank you for saying hello. Appreciate that. Dang, Paul Clark, 34 cents. Okay, Brian, I think has asked twice, what am I mining? So in the office, I'm mining Raven. I'm very pleased with Raven, and I have been for just a hot minute here. So very pleased with the price action of Raven, of course. Couldn't have predicted that, but pleased with the development of Raven too. I think what they're doing with asset issuance is exciting. I wanted to have some Raven coins to play with tokens at the end of this month. So, you know, why am I going to go? I mean, I could go pay for them. They're not super expensive, but I wanted to mine them. I mean, we're miners. So I went and mined them. I didn't mine them at a loss. I mined them at a facility where the price was right. So I was happy with that. And then at some other locations, I'm mining some privacy-oriented coins. The great thing about privacy-oriented coins is depending on who asks, you don't have to tell. And depending on who tries to audit you, well, you still don't have to tell. Anyway, crypto's a beautiful thing. Got a couple other questions in the comment section. I've got to run into the store really fast because my team, guess what? My boy he's treating me. He's treating me over at the store. Today, he was like, you know what, Dad? I earned some money, and I just want to show you how much I appreciate you, and he's doing something nice for me. Hopefully, we're turning this corner, right, of him being just really grown up, really, really with it, getting his stuff together. Yeah, these are moments that make you proud as a dad, right? So I don't want to keep him waiting too long. But briefly, somebody asked very briefly, about some other projects and asked about some other hardware. I don't represent those projects or that hardware, and I don't know. I'm sorry. I wish that I had more info on them. It'd be great if I did. But if you don't have an answer, then unfortunately I don't have an answer on a lot of those projects either. But anyway, yeah, Brian, I'll have him build a mining rig. Buy one? No. At this point, I'd say I think, guys, you're gonna hate me for saying it. At this phase, at this age, I'm gonna teach him how to trade. I am. I think that's important. My dad didn't teach me how to trade at this age. My dad didn't teach me about investing. So we're going to break the cycle. This guy's going to learn. Anyway, guys, appreciate you being tuned in. Appreciate you hitting that like button. Thank you so much for sharing this on Twitter and on Reddit. Thank you so much for checking out the Mine Your Biz Discord community. The link is in the description. If you're wondering what I'm talking about by way of co-location, literally just search it in YouTube. Co-location, like location with CO on the front. And you're going to notice that a lot of people who have been talking about GPU mining or about crypto mining in general over the last 6 months or so, we're all talking about co-location. And so you'll learn more about that from everybody who's making commentary on it. Only people who maybe already own warehouses are trying to mine entirely on their own, or who operate warehouses are trying to mine on their own. Those of us, frankly, who have access to warehouses, I'm encouraging anybody else who's in a situation like I am, where we have access to really good resources, to open them up and create some kind of a standard where we can accept community equipment in co-location. And we can help out miners who maybe aren't able to liquidate their assets if possible, or we can at least keep things in production while miners are liquidating their assets from the production floor without losing their shirts by trying to mine at home. If that makes sense. Guys, there's life is short, so you got to do it for the guy next to you. Appreciate you being an active and contributing member of the community. Again, if you haven't already been in the Mind Your Biz Discord, please join it. We'd love to have you there. We'd love to chat with you. We have ongoing conversations, nonstop party. So guys, thanks so much for being involved. You're the reason I make these videos. I love your face. I will see you very soon.